Despite being written by different authors with contrasting tone, Death Alone by Pablo Neruda and You're on Your Own Kid by Taylor Swift share the same global issue. The global issue being, facing the unknown is challenging and daunting. Neruda writes the poem Death Alone, describing death as the scariest and most unknown adventure, as most people cannot begin to comprehend what death is. In verse to Death, You're on Your Own Kid talks about the growing pains of youth and the fear that comes with growing up and facing your dreams. Despite having different subject matter, both authors use narrative perspective to enforce a global issue. Neruda's poem is told from the point of view of someone who has witnessed the physical embodiment and personification of death. This version of death is given human attributes, which is an example of personification, as seen in the lines, "Death is drawn to sound," or "Death lies in our beds." Neruda gives death human attributes, making death out to be an unknown figure, someone that is intimidating, and makes meeting death an unconquered challenge that will inspire fear and anxiety in the hearts of many. Neruda uses a human narrator to forge a deeper connection with the audience, and so that the message of the poem is more accessible. Taylor Swift, known for her relatable lyrics, crafts a relatable narrator within the song You're on Your Own Kid. Throughout the song, the narrator changes from a girl to a young woman who is shaped and molded by life experience. Despite her trials with heartbreak and complicated body image making the young woman stronger, the narrator still feels terror when facing her dreams. Swift shows this through the repetition of the line, "You're on your own, kid. You always have been," and by naming the song after this specific line to show its importance. Swift repeats this line many times throughout the chorus to emphasize the stress that is associated with facing fear by oneself. In comparison to something like death, facing a dream is exciting, but it's still daunting because it's unknown. Furthermore, the lyricism of both Swift and Neruda is supported by the structure of the pieces. Both artists employ enjambment while simultaneously writing in narrative style and structure. This gives both the poem and song the sense of being continuous, which enforces the global issue. By writing in this style, both Neruda and Swift can be described as storytellers, and as the story unfolds, the feelings of fear and anxiety regarding the unrevealed are diminished. Neruda writes in the final stanza about meeting death in sleep, using dialogue such as bed sailing into a harbor, while also using a simile to compare death to an admiral, which is reflective or comparable to a leader. In the final moments of the poem, fear of death and the unknown is not conquered by battle, but by being at peace for what the challenge of a new adventure brings. For Swift, the structure of the song comes to a final crescendo with the acknowledgement of the fact that the narrator may be alone and on their own, as referenced in the title of the song, but despite this, there is nothing to be afraid of. Through her lyrics, Swift directly affirms this claim, saying, "Take the moment and taste it. You've got no reason to be afraid." She then ends the song by saying, "Yeah, you're on your own, kid. You can face this. You're on your own, kid. You always have been." Through these final lines and the use of an aphra, Swift argues the importance of grasping the moment, even when faced with an unknown. This argument takes the global issue one step further, arguing that although there is a fear associated with tackling new things, facing struggle on one's own takes great bravery and strength. In the same way, in both their works, both Swift and Neruda address the challenge associated with trying something new when plagued with fear. Both come to the same conclusion as well, finding that facing a daunting task under both positive and negative circumstances can only build character and contribute to the gaining of strength.